Assalamu alaikum. Today we talk about the legendary king of Botswana Savuti, the king Sekekama, the colossal leader and the protector of legendary marsh pride and the savage kingdom. He was the father of renegades, ramers and marshmallows and also the reeds males. He and his brother Turnos proved in their rule they were the most fierce creature in wild. We watched them in fast in a very famous documentary named Savage Kingdom. Savage Kingdom proves only lions are not the fierce animals. Also, hyenas, leopards, and other animals are very aggressive creatures in wild. Today, the savage kingdom is not our topic. Our topic is the legendary king Sekekama. I firstly said sorry to use the another footages of other documentary in Sekekama's story. But we start. Sekekama was a very brutal lion who was sired by the legendary duo in Botswana, Silver Eye and Romeo. Silver Eye and Romeo were the magnificent leaders. They came from possibly Tanzania and entered in Botswana in their prime age, and they made their legacy very big. The Silver Eye and Romeo ruled more and more territories in Botswana and they sired five males in Mabeb National Park, and later the five males named by the Mabeb males. Mabeb male lions came in Botswana and took over the territory of Northern Pride in around 2011 or 2012. After their first winning, the three of their males attacked on Sekekama as a brutal brothers. They almost killed Sekekama, but at that time, Tornos became the leader and the protector of his brother Sekekama, and his heroic entry was the reason for Sekekama's life. The all three brothers clashed with Sekekama and Tornos. After the clash, Sekekama and Tornos become split. They became split from the coalition and they make another coalition and they entered in southern territories and took over the Marsh Pride and they left the northern pride of Botswana. After some times, Sekekama and Tornos became known as the Marsh Pride male lions and they were seen always with the Marsh Pride. Sometimes they tried to expand their territory like they took over the Reeds Pride, Sand Deepatch Pride, and so on. They almost ruled the Marsh Pride as 9 years. This is very big time for any Lions coalition. Sekekama and Tornos first time sired three sons and two females with the Marsh Pride. Three males, the Sekedi, Pretty Boy, and Blondie. These three were later be named the Ramers. The Ramers went in northern Botswana and took over the northern pride and sired calves with them. Later be named, they were named by the northern males. After some times, after 2 years of 2 or possibly 3 years. Secondly, this litter was gone, and Sekekama and Tornors sired another generation with marsh pride. They were named the Renegades. The most famous lion in Savage Kingdom, the traitor son of Sekekama, Lion King Sekoti, was born. Sekoti was a single lion. He had no brothers at that time. That's why the Sekekama and Tornos help him to live a good life in Marsh Pride territory. After sometimes more than 4 years, Sekoti was tolerated by Sekekama and Tornos. The Sekekama was an old lion. He understood he couldn't provide the protection for his pride. That's why he made a decision to tolerate his son as a soldier of his arm. And also they were succeed. After almost 4 years old, Sekoti uh, is, was attacked by Sekakama and he started his nomadic life and he was seen in Leopard Rock for 2 months. After some time, his other three brothers, Waziba, Pretty Boy 2, and Romeo, were chased by the fathers, and they mated in Leopard Rock, and all four brothers attacked on their older cousin, Pretty Boy, and they took the control from Pretty Boy, the Northern Pride. After that incident, Sekoti and his brothers became the kings of Northern Pride. Also, the King Sakakama's legacy is carried out in Reed's Pride. No, Sand Reed's Pride. In Sand Reed's Pride, they also sired a son, but later that son was killed mysteriously. And after the most biggest legacy of Sekekama is Marsh Pride. In Marsh Pride, he sired the three generations of lions. In this time, we talk about the third sons of Sekekama and Tornos. They are the marshmallows. Marshmallows are the seven brothers sired by Sekekama and Tornos. All seven brothers were around 3 years old. The Sekekama tornadoes were vanished in Botswana. The new dominant males of Marsh Pride, Tsunami, and Gam entered and killed one of the subadult marsh males. Other six marsh males started their nomadic journey. When they were nomads, they or one or two of them were killed, and only four are remaining, and they live a very good life in Botswana and possibly Mabem National Park. We have no trace of them. And other sons, the renegades already security, the leader of renegade was no more, and other three brothers are healthy with the northern pride. And the pretty boy, Blondie and Secondary, the Remers. Secondary and Blondie were vanished mysteriously, and Pretty Boy was now seen with his females and his four sons on northeastern part of Botswana. Now he is alive. And the Marsh Pride males, the marsh males are the very big coalition, but we have no trace of them. Now we talk about the most biggest and fierce sons of Sekekama and Tornos. They are the Fakhara and his four brothers, the five northern males of Botswana. The five sons were named Fakara, Blondie, and other three. Also, everyone has name Lipiskar, Iskarnos, and other has another name, but I have no information about him. But all five brothers entered in Babeb around 2013 or 2014. They took over more prides and they signed seven prides with almost seven prides signed cups with them. This that was very big achievement for a single coalition in Babeb Park. In Botswana, the territories of lions are very like deserts. That's why food is not a small matter, and prides live around big territories and some lands. Lion population is so normal in Botswana. Also, the Sekekama's legacy was carried out by the Marsh Pride. Almost when Marsh Pride was the biggest pride of Africa, at that time Marsh Pride had 50 plus members and almost 35 members were vanished after the fall of Sekekama. Now, only some of them are in Marsh Pride with the Tsunami and Gam, and other members of the Pride are now in Botswana. This is the update of Sekekama's legacy. Thanks for watching.